Governor Beshear has told everyone multiple times to stay home to limit the spread of coronavirus, but officials in Powell County say they are still seeing more visitors heading to the Red River Gorge area. Victor Puente talked to Powell County's judge executive about the steps they are taking to protect the community.
When the U.S. Forest Service shut down the Red River Gorge last Friday, Powell County Judge Executive James Anderson knew those crowds had to go somewhere.
And what that really did was then start having people look for areas such as our state parks that were still open.
He told me when the county started looking at their biggest concerns for COVID-19, the issue was one they normally welcome: tourism. He started getting reports of crowded trails and parking lots at Natural Bridge State Park. So on Monday, he issued an executive order closing state trails, trailheads, and most parking lots at state parks within Powell County.
If they're coming here, they're more than likely making 2 or 3 other stops at places in Kentucky too. So I think in doing this, it was also a good move to help protect Kentucky as well as Powell County is what our hope was.
They've also asked businesses that are still open to keep people from congregating. Some businesses have already closed. One of the most popular businesses in the gorge, Miguel's Pizza, shut down more than 2 weeks ago. They closed their restaurant, their climbing shop, and their campground. The area behind me would normally be packed, but the owners said keeping everyone safe was their biggest priority. There are still some private businesses open. One of the owners of Red River Gorge Cabin Rentals in neighboring Wolfe County told me while they had all of their larger groups cancel, they have seen an uptick in single families.
They can basically have an experience where they don't come in contact with any other human beings.
Anderson says the lack of people also helps limit the risks to the rescue crews and first responders, who would be the front line to anyone who needed help in the gorge.
And hopefully we get through this and then we'll be begging them to come back and just ask them to bear with us while we're trying to get through this.
In Powell County, Victor Puente, WKYT.
All right, back to that breaking news we reported a few moments ago. We now understand there is a second confirmed case of COVID-19 out of Perry County. A news conference is about to begin with health officials and government officials. Scott Locker, the public health director of the Kentucky River District Health Department, is now at the podium. Let's listen in.
Good evening. My name is Scott Lockard. I'm the Public Health Director with the Kentucky River District Health Department. Coming before you this evening to announce a second case of COVID-19 in Perry County, Kentucky. We received notification earlier on this evening that a second individual had tested positive. This individual is a 43-year-old female. A 43-year-old female is our second case. Last night I reported to you our first case, which was a 79-year-old male, and today we have lab confirmation on a 43-year-old female that has tested positive for COVID-19 in our community. Again, this should not be a surprise to us. We knew that this was going to happen. We knew that we would have cases of COVID-19. One of the obvious questions that I'm sure people want to know is, are these two cases related? Well, we're currently doing our investigation and there's no obvious connections between these two individuals at this time. So that reinforces what the governor has been saying, is that we should assume COVID-19 is in all of our communities and should be treating everyone that they potentially could be a carrier of this virus. Hence the importance of all the things that we have been recommending. The governor on his press conference tonight said we had 93 new cases in the Commonwealth of Kentucky, and unfortunately we had 2 additional deaths. So this raises our statewide total to over 680 cases and 20 deaths statewide. Again, we have 2 cases here in the Kentucky River District, a 79-year-old male and a 43-year-old female. We want to emphasize the way to prevent the spread of COVID-19, and the best way is through social distancing, keeping 6 feet between you and others at all times, avoiding mass gatherings. One of the biggest concerns we had was today being the first of the month. I want to commend our hazard mayor, Happy Mobilini and our Judge Executive, Scott Alexander, and the police force and here in Hazard. They have worked together to post signage at all of our stores. The mayor and judge passed a resolution, a mandate, that there would only be one shopper per family allowed in each business at a time. And this has really been beneficial for us and helped us here in the community today. Again, this is not meant to be punitive, but we want to get ahead of the spread of COVID-19 in Eastern Kentucky and here at Kentucky River District. Many other of the counties in the surrounding Hazard and Perry County are now replicating this and are putting this in place. So again, just remember, wash your hands often for 20 seconds with soap and water. Avoid contact with anyone who is sick. If you are sick, stay home. Contact your healthcare provider before going in. We will give updates and keep the community informed, but with our second case, and we're proud to report that this individual is doing well. They are at home. Our first case remains hospitalized, but the second case is self-isolating at home, and our investigation is ongoing. Thank you very much.
All right, Scott Locker there with the Area Health Department updating us briefly on a second case now in Perry County. A 43-year-old woman has COVID-19. Just last night, the first case was announced in Perry County. That was a 79-year-old man, and we learned today that person is being treated at Pikeville Medical Center. And you heard Scott Locker just say, I believe the woman is not in the hospital, is self-isolating, so that would lead you to believe it is not as serious as the man that has it, that's in Pikeville Medical Center. But again, just to recap, a second case, a second positive COVID-19 case reported in Perry County. Also earlier today, in case you're just joining us, we learned of the first positive case in Pike County, of course, one of our biggest counties in our region. So more counties are being filled in red on that map we show you every night. More than half of the state's counties, I believe, now have COVID-19, and there's been more added, certainly here in Eastern Kentucky this week. So we'll continue to keep you updated, and we're going to continue our 6 o'clock newscast. We're going to, I think, go up until 7 o'clock tonight, and we'll have the full CBS Evening News coming up for you at 7, because there's a lot of stuff to talk about nationally today, too. So we'll get that to you at 7 o'clock. Now let's check in with Paige for an update on the weather.
Well, I actually have some good news. We're starting to see those clouds move out of here. The sunshine now starting to move back into the mountains, something I know we desperately need. Looking in Stonecrest over into Prestonsburg, seeing those clouds clear out, and check out the sunshine. We're going to see plenty of that as we head into the next few days. Still hanging on to some clouds as we look over into Jackson, but look at the trees. They're starting to look a little bit more green out there. Upper 40s, definitely been a little bit of a chilly day, and looking at those temperatures across the mountains, all of us into about the upper 40s to lower 50s. And so we're going to continue to watch these clouds move out of here as we head into the rest of tonight, and especially heading into tomorrow. Not convinced all of that moisture is reaching the ground, but still seeing that moisture stick around as we head into tonight. But we'll really start to dry out and clear out and cool off a little bit heading into the overnight hours, but warmer temperatures and more sunshine are on the way. I'll have your forecast coming up in a little bit.
All right, Paige, thank you. As more cases of COVID-19 are announced and people are being asked to stay at home, the Harlan County Community Action Agency started to think about the elderly folks and how they can safely get food. WYMT's Emily Bennett has more now on how they are helping.
Harlan County CAA usually helps transport the elderly to go get food, but with this being a dangerous time for them to go out into the community, they decided to shop for them. The Shopping Assistance Program is for seniors or those with disabilities. The Harlan County CAA is taking orders for food and personal items online and by phone. Shopping assisters pick up the items and then deliver them right to their houses. They will only shop one time per week for any household. They have set up 5 districts, shopping for a designated district each day.
I worry about a lot of people that's out and don't have nobody to do it for themselves. So I don't care one bit to go out there and get their hamburger buns or their gallon of milk.
Now, the CAA is not charging anything for delivery, only for the price of the food. In Harlan, Emily Bennett, WYMT Mountain News.
Well, also across the region, Secri plants, S-E-K-R-I plants, are working on 275,000 face masks. We first told you about this last night. Through their newest contract with the state's emergency management officials, the plants are donating the material to help fill the immediate need for those masks. When finished, they are shipped to the state for them to distribute.
We have had a history of manufacturing products to take care of our servicemen and women, and we take a lot of pride in that. So this was just a natural evolution into that when we had a chance to help people closer to home.
Some of those masks will be shipped out as early as tomorrow, but the project is scheduled to be finished within 8 weeks. Appalachian Regional Healthcare in Harlan needs your help keeping healthcare workers protected during this COVID-19 pandemic. They are asking for donations of face masks, which can be made at home. You can make 2 sizes, adult or child. You will find the specifications on how they should be made on WYMT.com. The city of Pikeville is working to help students complete their NTI work if they do not have reliable internet access. A free Wi-Fi area is set up in the parking lot between the Appalachian Wireless Arena and the Pike County Courthouse. Students can use it from the comfort of their own vehicles to avoid social interaction. This is one of 6 hotspots Gearhart Communications has set up in local communities. Well, if you need something to watch tonight other than COVID-19 coverage on the cable news networks, just stay tuned to WYMT. We've got some good stuff for you tonight. It is Merge Night on Survivor, and Whitley County native and Survivor winner Nick Wilson is still alive on Winners at War. Last week, his tribe lost the immunity challenge, but Nick was on the good side of the numbers, didn't receive 1 vote. It all begins tonight at 8 here on WYMT, and after that at 9 o'clock, a free concert with Garth Brooks and Trisha Yearwood.
Well, we're going to start to see those temperatures warm up as we head into the next few days, so hopefully you can get outside, especially for the weekend. We'll see those lower 70s return, but will we see rain chances? I'll have that answer coming up in a little bit.
And in the midst of this COVID-19 outbreak, it's time for the census, what you should know and how it could impact Eastern Kentucky.